Hi, Dave Smith for Police One, and this reality training segment's got a very important issue for us to deal with. Now, what you're going to see in this video, every bit of the contact was initiated by citizens. Watch this from Baltimore.
Well, they going down because I got them on tape.
Fucking me up. Come on, weak ass punch.
We got that shit on tape, my man.
All right, now let's put this in context. Understand the suspect who's on the ground being dealt with by our two officers initially was not the reason for the officers to be stopped. The suspect who came up and struck the officer in the face was in fact the individual who initiated the police contact. He'd pulled up alongside the officer who was struck in the face and then opened his door, hammering the police car, initiating the contact. While they were dealing with him, the second suspect who was on the ground was actually initiated a physical or a verbal confrontation with the officers. So what you have in the video is the reverse order of the contact, and you're saying, oh my God, here comes a citizen out of nowhere. Actually, the citizen out of nowhere was the citizen who initiated the whole police action. But I want you to think about something here. What we find is a predisposition for people to attack police officers more than ever before. Yes, even though our gross numbers of officers killed by weapons are down, we can never relax. And one of the things you have to understand, death by assault, or ambush, is way up. And this is a physical ambush on these officers. Then also, you're saying, well, why don't citizens assist? Well, in this particular area, citizens are much more likely to have assisted the suspects than the officers. These are dangerously ambiguous environments. Then every one of you may have some area where you work that may have a similar situation someday, even though you're saying, no, all my citizens would jump in. Well, what if you have a special outside event where people who are not particularly pro-law enforcement, in fact, maybe just the absolute opposite, they may be anti-law enforcement or congregating in your area. This is why it's so important. Be prepared at any given moment. I wish I could say, yeah, it's easy to be prepared to be struck in the face, but not when you're focused on gaining control of a combatant suspect. So this video presents a lot of situations. I hear a lot of people throw out really glib and quick answers, how they would have done this or they would have done that. Well, it'd be interesting to see, because this is a very dangerous moment. Remember, even though both citizens may not be armed, both those officers are and have to maintain control of their weapons. This is sudden and spontaneous assault like this is one of those things that can injure or kill officers. Remember, every year people are killed by punches and kicks, and that includes law enforcement officers. So we have to be prepared, have our mind right. As you watch this video, ask yourself, what could I have done if I'd have been there? How would I have responded? Well, failure to call for backup is one of the 10 deadly errors, or the 10 deadly sins, whatever you want to call them, that we've always talked about. When you're in the context of a bad environment, do you think, well, there's two of us, we're going to be okay. But again, look at the situation there in Baltimore. So know your area, know the context. And again, I'll admit, it's always ambiguous. You don't know. And that's what makes it so dangerous. This video, if nothing else, refreshes us in the fact we have to always be prepared, ready to explode, to win that confrontation. That's our only rule. We're going to win. We're never going to get up. They may get that sucker punch on you. It's not time to lay down and give up. You see, our officers don't give up. They keep fighting. And this is the kind of mindset we have to have. We're going to win. We're going to keep fighting, just like those two Baltimore officers in that spontaneous, critical situation. It's a good video to talk about with the rest of your squad. See how you'd handle it, or nothing else, refresh you about the dangers of a third or a secondary subject appearing in a scene. You say, I got one, remember the rule of +1. I got one subject, always ready for the second. Got two subjects, ready for the third. You have to always be ready for these things. Till next time, stay safe.